Once there was a young boy living in the outskirts of a small village, barely making it through each day. His name was Arjun, and for most of his life, he had known nothing but poverty and struggle. His family's tiny, dilapidated home stood as a stark reminder of the hardships they endured. His father worked as a day laborer, and his mother did odd jobs in nearby villages. Despite their tireless efforts, they barely managed to put food on the table. Arjun was a dreamer, though. Unlike many others in his village who had resigned themselves to the hand life had dealt them, he believed there had to be something more. Even as a child, he would often look up at the stars and imagine a world far beyond his reach. He didn't know much about the universe, but he felt a deep connection to it. One night, as he gazed at the sky, his father said, "These stars are too far for people like us, Arjun. Dreaming about them will only bring pain." But Arjun refused to accept that. In school, Arjun excelled in science and mathematics, despite lacking resources like textbooks and proper stationery. His teachers recognized his talent but worried about his future, knowing his family's financial struggles would likely prevent him from pursuing higher education. One day, his teacher showed the class a picture of a Tesla car during a science lesson. It was sleek, futuristic, and unlike anything Arjun had ever seen. He asked, "Who made this car?" His teacher replied, "A man named Elon Musk. He's a visionary, an entrepreneur, and an inventor." That name stuck in Arjun's mind like glue. Elon Musk. From that day, he became obsessed with learning about Musk. Using the school's limited internet access, Arjun read every article he could find about him. He learned about Tesla, SpaceX, Solar City, and even Musk's childhood struggles. Arjun was fascinated by how Musk, too, had faced challenges, but overcame them through perseverance and innovation. Musk's story became a beacon of hope for the young boy. But inspiration alone wasn't enough to change Arjun's circumstances. He needed resources, connections, and most importantly, a breakthrough. One day, while reading about SpaceX's mission to colonize Mars, Arjun came across a competition hosted by Tesla. The company was inviting ideas from young minds worldwide on how to solve some of the world's most pressing problems using technology. The winner would not only get a monetary prize, but also an opportunity to meet Elon Musk himself. Arjun couldn't believe his luck. For weeks, he worked tirelessly, researching and sketching ideas on scraps of paper. He had no access to advanced tools or computers, but his mind was his greatest asset. He came up with an innovative idea for a solar-powered water purification system that could provide clean drinking water to remote areas like his village. With the help of his teacher, he managed to draft a detailed proposal and submit it just before the deadline. Weeks turned into months, and Arjun almost forgot about the competition as he got back to his daily grind. But one day, a letter arrived at his school, addressed to him. It was from Tesla. His hands trembled as he opened it. He had won. His idea had been selected as the best among thousands of entries. The letter also mentioned that he would be flown to the United States to present his idea to Elon Musk himself. The entire village gathered to celebrate. For the first time in his life, Arjun felt that his dreams were within reach. With the help of local sponsors and community members, he managed to get a passport and prepare for his journey. When the day finally arrived, he boarded a plane for the first time, filled with a mix of excitement and nervousness. When Arjun arrived in California, he was awestruck by the city's skyscrapers, bustling streets, and advanced technology, but nothing compared to the moment he stepped into Tesla's headquarters. It felt like he had entered the future. Other contestants were from wealthy backgrounds, armed with high-tech presentations and polished pitches. Arjun, on the other hand, had only his handwritten notes and an unshakable determination. When it was his turn to present, he walked onto the stage with a mix of fear and courage. He began speaking about his idea, sharing his personal story, and how the lack of clean water in his village had inspired his innovation. The audience was silent, captivated by his sincerity and passion. When he finished, there was a moment of silence before the room erupted into applause, and then Elon Musk himself walked onto the stage. He shook Arjun's hand and said, "You've got a brilliant mind, kid. This idea can change lives." Arjun couldn't believe his ears. Musk not only praised his idea, but also offered to fund its development and implement it in areas that needed it the most. But that wasn't all. Musk took a personal interest in Arjun's story. The transformation of Arjun's life didn't just end with his personal achievements. It had a profound impact on the people around him and beyond. Inspired by his journey, many young children in his village began to dream bigger, realizing that their circumstances didn't have to define their future. Arjun started visiting schools in remote areas, sharing his experiences, and encouraging students to explore science and technology. With Musk's continued support, Arjun helped set up a technology center in his village. This center was equipped with computers, internet access, and a small library. It became a hub for learning and innovation, where children and adults alike could expand their horizons. The center also offered free workshops on renewable energy, water purification, and basic engineering, empowering villagers with skills that could improve their quality of life. Meanwhile, Arjun's solar-powered water purification system gained global recognition. It was deployed not only in his village, but also in drought-stricken regions across Africa and Asia. Governments and NGOs partnered with him to scale up the project, making clean drinking water accessible to millions. Arjun often said, "This isn't just my achievement. It's the result of a collective effort, fueled by the belief that even the smallest ideas can lead to big changes." As Arjun's influence grew, so did his relationship with Elon Musk. They continued to collaborate on various projects, including a special initiative to bring affordable renewable energy solutions to rural areas worldwide. Musk often joked, "Arjun is the future I've been working toward." He's proof that technology can truly change lives, even in the most unexpected places. One of the most heartwarming moments came when Arjun's parents visited him in the United States. For two people who had never imagined leaving their village, it was an overwhelming experience. Musk personally welcomed them to Tesla's headquarters, showing them the impact their son was making on the world. Arjun's mother, with tears in her eyes, said, "We always knew he was special, but we never thought he would change the world." Arjun's journey also caught the attention of the media. Documentaries were made about his life, and he was invited to speak at international conferences, sharing the stage with world leaders and innovators. But no matter where he went, he remained grounded, often saying, "I'm just a boy from a small village who dared to dream. If I can do it, so can you." One of the most memorable speeches he gave was at a global innovation summit, where he shared the story of his first encounter with Musk. He said, "When I met Elon Musk, I thought I was just a lucky boy who got a chance to meet his hero. But he taught me that luck is just the beginning. What you do with that luck is what defines your destiny. He didn't just change my life, he gave me the tools to change the lives of others." Arjun's work eventually earned him numerous awards, including recognition from the United Nations for his contributions to sustainable development. But for him, the greatest reward was seeing the smiles on the faces of children who now had access to clean water, education, and opportunities he once only dreamed of. One day, during a casual conversation, Musk asked Arjun, "What's next for you? You've already achieved so much." Arjun smiled and replied, "I want to ensure that no child in the world has to look up at the stars and feel like they're too far away. I want to bring the universe closer to everyone, no matter where they come from." With Musk's support, Arjun launched an ambitious project to bring space education to underprivileged communities. He developed affordable, interactive learning tools that taught children about astronomy, rocket science, and the possibilities of space exploration. His goal was to inspire the next generation of scientists and engineers who could carry forward the mission of making humanity a multi-planetary species. Back in his village, the transformation was evident. What was once a place of limited opportunities had become a thriving community of learners and innovators. Families who had once struggled to survive were now building sustainable businesses using the skills and resources Arjun had brought back. The village became a model for other rural areas, attracting attention from policymakers and development organizations. Despite his busy schedule, Arjun made it a point to return to his village every year during the festival season. He would sit with the children under the same stars he had once gazed at, telling them stories of his journey and the endless possibilities that lay ahead. One night, a little boy asked him, "Do you still talk to Mr. Elon Musk?" Arjun laughed and said, "Yes, I do. He's not just my mentor, he's my friend, and he always reminds me to keep dreaming big." As the years went by, Arjun's name became synonymous with hope and resilience. His story, as Arjun's work expanded, his vision grew even bolder. He began to focus on bridging the gap between advanced technology and grassroots communities. His belief was simple yet profound. Technology should not be a privilege limited to the wealthy, but a tool accessible to everyone, especially those in need. One of his most ambitious initiatives was to create a global network of innovation hubs in underdeveloped regions. These hubs, modeled after the technology center he had built in his village, were equipped with renewable energy sources, internet connectivity, and tools for learning and prototyping. Arjun called this initiative Spark Centers, named after the idea that even the smallest spark could ignite a transformative fire. The Spark Centers became a revolution in themselves. Young people from remote areas who had never seen a computer before were now coding, designing prototypes, and solving local problems with modern solutions. One center in Africa developed a drone system to deliver medicine to hard-to-reach areas. Another in Southeast Asia created affordable solar lamps for fishermen. Arjun visited these centers regularly, mentoring the innovators and encouraging them to push boundaries. Meanwhile, Arjun's relationship with Elon Musk deepened. Musk often invited him to speak at Tesla and SpaceX events, where he shared his story and inspired employees with his grassroots perspective. On one such occasion, Musk announced a partnership between Tesla and the Spark Centers, committing to provide solar panels and energy storage systems to all the hubs worldwide. Musk said, "What Arjun is doing is exactly what the future needs, turning impossible dreams into everyday realities." Arjun's water purification system continued to evolve as well. With advancements in nanotechnology and renewable energy, he developed a portable version of the system, which became a game changer in disaster-stricken areas. These portable units were deployed in flood-affected regions, refugee camps, and conflict zones, providing immediate access to clean water. Arjun's work was saving lives on a scale he had never imagined, but he always remained humble, often saying, "This isn't about me, it's about the power of collective action and innovation." Despite his global influence, Arjun never forgot the promise he had made to himself as a young boy to bring the stars closer to everyone. With Musk's help, he launched a space education initiative called Cosmic Classrooms. These were mobile, interactive labs that traveled to remote villages, giving children a hands-on experience with space science. Through virtual reality, telescopes, and simulations, kids who had never even heard of space exploration could now dream of becoming astronauts or engineers. One day, during a cosmic classroom session in a remote Himalayan village, a young girl approached Arjun and said, "Do you think I can visit the stars one day?" Arjun knelt down and replied, "Not only can you visit them, but you can also help others get there too. Never stop dreaming." That moment reminded him of his younger self and how far he had come, not just in distance but in purpose. Arjun's life became a symbol of the transformative power of mentorship. He often spoke about how a single opportunity had changed his entire trajectory. "It wasn't just Elon Musk's generosity," he would say. "It was his belief in me that mattered the most. He saw potential where others saw limitations, and that belief became my strength." As years turned into decades, Arjun became a global icon of hope and resilience. Governments sought his advice on implementing sustainable development projects. Universities honored him with multiple doctorates. Yet, he never let fame cloud his vision. He continued to work tirelessly, always returning to his village to sit under the stars and remind himself of his journey. One day, Musk invited Arjun to SpaceX's Mars colony headquarters. By then, humanity had made significant progress in establishing a sustainable presence on the red planet. Musk, who was older but as visionary as ever, said to Arjun, "You've inspired millions on Earth. Maybe it's time to take that spark to Mars." Arjun laughed, but the idea took root. Together, they worked on a project to bring Earth's diversity and creativity to Mars. Arjun's team developed educational modules and cultural archives that were sent to the Martian colony, ensuring that the spirit of human innovation and compassion traveled beyond Earth. In his later years, Arjun reflected on his life in a memoir titled From Stars to Sparks. The book became a bestseller, inspiring millions of readers worldwide. In its opening chapter, he wrote, "I once believed the stars were too far away, but a single act of kindness proved that no dream is too distant when someone believes in you." Even after Arjun's passing, his legacy lived on. The spark centers, water purification systems, and cosmic classrooms continued to grow, impacting